Hello, everybody. It's Miguel. I'm feeling so many things, and I want to give an update. This is the first time outside of singing and making some movies. I'll say that I've really spoke on camera. I am very close to baseline again, and it was a hell of a ride. I went through a 2-month severe depression. In the midst of that depression, I was suicidal on a couple occasions, and I'm just grateful to be alive right now. I have reached out, called, made appointments, talked to anybody that would listen. Currently, I am prescribed Risperidol 0.5 milligrams. I haven't started it yet. It's been so weird. Every time I went to do it, something has happened. But I'm determined at this point to give this drug a try. I tried it a long time ago, and I think the dosage was too high, and it gave me an adverse effect. But at this point, I'm open. I've always said that for some people it works. And yes, it is a very low dosage, but they want to start me slow, and if I can get some benefit or take some of the edge off to help me manage when I get in a crisis, it'll be worth it. Sometimes you get to a place where you feel desperate, and you say that I've got to do something. I cannot be at a point where I'm standing on the edge of a bridge anymore, or making willful plans to take my life. And too many times this happens to us. I'm grateful to have survived. But the point is, by there being no cure for schizophrenia, bipolar, schizoaffective is a mix of the two. And depression, all they can do is treat the symptoms, and we have to learn each day our best how to live with these illnesses that we have. I want to say this to you because I feel that I just want to say it. I want to be very clear in stating what my intention is. Many of the latest videos have highlighted people of color, particularly men of color. Is that to say that other races and ethnic groups and the opposite sex of females, that they don't get mental illness? No, that's not what that means. I'm speaking to this phenomenon of, and it's a cultural misnomer that has been so embedded in communities of color, that men don't have problems, and that we don't have situations, and that we don't have points and times in our life when we need help, and that if we cry and if we express our emotions and if we admit that we do need help, that we're flawed. And nothing could be further from the truth. We have depression, bipolar, social anxiety, schizophrenia, schizoaffective, just like anybody else. You deserve help. We deserve to be able to say I'm hurting. And as I make these videos, I look back at my own life when I was mentally ill from a small childhood schizophrenia. Back in that day was very rare. It's still not the most common thing now, but when I was a child it was very rare. Nobody knew what it was. It was called the wrong thing later when I did get in trouble in school. But the point is, nobody knew. I didn't know. I thought what I saw and heard, everybody saw and heard. So there was no push to really say much because it was so normal. I saw things every day. I heard voices every day. Every day. Going up through life, I saw people that I knew kill themselves. I saw people that I knew, as I look back, clearly had a mental illness. Be killed because they made a bad decision. They couldn't properly take care of themselves. I know the agony of that. I know the pain of that. I know the pain of me not being comfortable with who I was and not reaching out or opening my arms to people that were reaching for me, who were trying to find comfort in their own skin, and they died before I could ever really make that connection, before I could tell them I understand. And if anybody sees my videos, I don't care what it is that you're going through, I want you to know that I understand. I understand what it's like to be so depressed and isolated and cut off from your friends and family. I know what it's like to have feelings in your body that everybody says that you shouldn't have, but yet it's the most natural thing to you. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to think that everything is just going in the opposite way and you can never win and you can never get out and you can never see the light of day. I know the grief of that. I know the inward workings of that. You're not alone. The truth is, none of us are. But until we can come into a space where others are, that have turned on the light, we'll continue to sit in darkness. If you're out there, and again, mental illness can strike anybody, but if you are, particularly because, again, we don't talk about it, we men, we don't talk about it, we don't deal with it. If you are a man of color, if you came up in a community that is considered minority within these United States or anywhere in the world, and you're non-European, for many places around the world, we are considered less. And if you're having symptoms of mental illness, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling paranoid, if you're hearing voices, if you're thinking that people are out to get you, if you're thinking that people can read your thoughts and you're broadcasting thoughts, or you're being poisoned, or you're being followed, reach out to somebody. You can't continue to hold that. The pain of holding that will kill you. Mental illness kills. I almost died several times at my own hands. Forget the times I had a gun or a knife pulled on me. I almost killed my own self. Not able to live through the pain. And if you don't talk to somebody, we'll continue to build. And one day you will say, I can't take this anymore. And you'll disconnect yourself from the reality that you can possibly live in spite of this. And you may do something that you regret, that you can never take back. How many people, when they jumped on the way down, have thought about it the last minute and didn't want to do it? Mi gente. This is my passion. Dealing with mental illness and reaching out to other people. And I want to let everybody know, but particularly my people of color, my men, my guys. It's okay, Papa. It's okay. We all hurt. We all cry. But we're gonna get through this. I need you to know that. I need you to know this. And I know that you may have lost a lot of people. You may have lost a lot of friends. You may have went through a lot of things. I've lost jobs. Been so depressed I couldn't leave the house. I understand that. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to just feel completely cut off from everything and everybody. But reach out. Ask for help. Don't be afraid. There are people who care. As much as you may feel that nobody cares about you, somebody cares. I care. I do, from the heart. If I could, I would just bring everybody together. Every time I see somebody out there has a mental illness, and particularly when I see my guys out there with schizophrenia, it just tears me up inside, and I say that, God, I gotta be strong, I gotta help them. But sometimes I break and I crack, and I have to realize that I'm a human being too, and I'm not infallible. But when I see you guys out there in a bad way, overdosed up on medication, I'll never forget all the times I see it. People just spaced, and the homelessness that causes it to be worse. There's nothing worse than living with a mental illness and you don't have a place to live. That accelerates your symptoms. So many people have slipped through the cracks. If you can help, if you can do anything, a handshake, a hug, I care, I love you, a meal, do something, do what you can. I love you, mi gente. Te quiero de mi corazón. .5 milligrams. I haven't started it yet. It's been so weird every time I went to do it, something has happened. But I'm determined at this point to give this drug a try. I tried it, called, made appointments, talked to anybody that would listen. Currently, I am prescribed Risperidol. I went through a 2-month severe depression. In the midst of that depression, I was suicidal on a couple occasions, and I'm just grateful to be alive right now. I have reached out. Hello everybody, it's Miguel. I'm feeling so many things, and I want to give an update. This is the first time outside of singing and making some movies. I'll say that I've really spoke on camera. I am very close to baseline again, and it was a hell of a ride.